processes going on there. I mean, we could go, like I said, 50 billion miles from here. There's new planets forming. Something is happening.
It's called
there
gravity.
is a force, there is an energy, something is causing this to happen.
Okay.
However you want to interpret it, you can use all the words you want. I say God, you want to say, well, it's energy, and matter, and force, and positive, and negative. You call it what you want. I call it God.
Okay. In scientific terms, as you've been saying things like dark matter, energy, force, etc., these all have very, 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 very strict definitions that are very, very rigorous.
And they change all the time, right?
No, they do not.
They don't.
Never, ever changed.
They don't. Well, they don't even know what dark matter is yet, so how can you say they define it?
Because they have defined it as such that they can measure what it is and how it works.
But they don't know what it is.
Exactly. They don't know what it is. It's okay to say, I don't know.
Okay, but they gave it a name and they say it exists. But they've never seen it.
Although, well, actually, that's the point with dark matter. The reason it's called dark is because it doesn't interact with light, so you can't see it.
You can't see it. So they can't see it.
You can measure it. And the government is spending billions upon billions of dollars measuring it right now. And conveniently enough, that's what I did with my master's thesis on it.
So the majority of the universe is made up of something you can't see, which you know exists.
Yes,
Gee, that sounds like a theist to me.
Because you can measure it.
I understand.
Absolutely.
I understand your point. I'm not trying to.
Now, since you can measure,
And it's a valid point.
since you can measure, since you have these very strict definitions, if you're going to say you want to call it God, you need to have a very strict definition of God.
No, I don't have to.
Oh, you absolutely do.
No, I don't.
Because we have very
See, you're setting that rule. I'm not buying by those rules because that's a religion.
No, because
See, now you're trying to set up a religion. You're trying to say, this is the rule you must go by if you're going to be right. No, I'm not buying that rule. Not buying it. I don't have to have a strict definition.
Okay, then we do. Then when we have strict definitions of energy and force and gravity and the things that you said, you cannot compare the definition of God to saying, well, we just believe in something else and we call it energy. We have a very strict definition for it, and therefore, if you
Your strict definition is you don't know what it is.
Oh, we absolutely know what energy is.
You know what dark matter is?
We absolutely know the properties of dark matter.
You know what dark matter is?
Yeah, pretty much.
What is it? Because you're the first scientist I've talked to that says they know what dark matter is. They say they don't know what it is.
Well, it depends on how you really want me to really explain this.
I understand.
This is something I understand. I mean, it's something you can measure.
I think what Lou's trying to get at is like, let me give you an example. At the center of our galaxy, we know that there's a gigantic black hole. We can't see it, but we know it's there by the effects of the matter surrounding it. So we know it's there even though we can't see it because of the effects that we can measure.
Give it a name. And I agree with you.
Okay, I think that's more or less what you're doing.
And it's the same. That's the same argument I use for God, because I see that even where no man is in existence, something is still happening. There's planets being created, universes being made, or whatever else, stars exploding, coming in. Something is happening, and no one's there. Well, that's why I said. That's why I.
What if we found?
I see the evidence.
So, is your definition of God as?
I don't have a definition.
Okay, you don't have a definition. Okay. So if we found life on other planets, would that confirm or invalidate your view on
Well,
that?
actually, I think that would actually confirm it.
Let me ask you this then. Let me get a little simpler. How can you falsify your God?
How can I falsify my God?
Yes, to validate something, you have to be able to falsify it.
You do?
Yes, you
There's
do.
another rule I'm not going to follow.
Yes, you do.
It's like, no.
Okay, well then I could say that the magic unicorn flies around the universe and sprinkles stardust on everything and creates, planets.
But you're telling me what I have to. You're telling me the rules I have to follow. You're not going to tell me the rules.
Well, if you can't falsify, there's no reason to believe there is any validity to it. I mean, anyone can make up something that's unfalsifiable and then say that's true. This is the way it is. If you cannot in some way show me how you can validate that by saying, if this is true, here's my prediction of exactly how it will happen, and if it doesn't happen, thus that is not true.
You're talking about things that can be measured and seen.
Okay, so
that's what you're talking about. You're talking about things that are smaller than you. I'm talking about things that are bigger than you.
I'm talking about big things too.
Okay?
We can measure.
That's the difference. You're talking about things under a microscope.
I'm talking about big things.
I'm talking about things that are beyond those.
I'm talking about big things too. We can measure stars. We can measure planets. We can measure orbits. science. We can make predictions. We can falsify, claims. Any kind of claim of science is falsifiable.
All right, falsify the planet Saturn.
Falsify the planet Saturn. In what definition? That's a planet. That's a planet that exists.
Falsify the planet Saturn.
What do you want me to
said
falsify?
that you have to be able to falsify.
What do you want me to falsify about it?
Falsify the planet Saturn.
You want to falsify it exists? What's a falsification? Well, we know exactly where its orbit should be, and we actually have.
Can you falsify
I'm not
it?
sure how we could. We have so much information. Which way we falsify it now?
But if you can't see it, you can't see dark matter.
But we can measure it based on its effects.
Oh, but so you look at the surrounding things and you say, because these things are going on, therefore we conclude.
That's
Same
how we
thing-
measure gravity.
Same thing a theist does.
No, that's not the same thing as theist. Make a prediction. Show me a prediction. Show me a prediction. Give me a prediction to falsify. Now with gravity, I can
I'm
say
still waiting for you to falsify Saturn.
we can.
It's a big hologram. How's that?
It's we'll get into a circular argument, but you get the point.
No,
You don't even follow your own rules.
No, I am. We are following our own rules.
Falsify Saturn. You said everything could be
Okay, I can
falsified.
look up in the sky. There it is. I see it.
But falsify it.
That is falsification. I can make a prediction. If I look at Saturn at this point in the sky, at this time, based on the information I know, I should see Saturn. If I look up there and it's there, I validated my point. I have ways to validate. I'm asking you, please validate. Show me a way you can make a prediction that is falsifiable, and then we can validate your claim. You can't, and that's the problem I'm having, is that your claim is no better than my unicorn claim. And I respect it. Now, let me take a step back. I respect it. If you're willing to say, based on blind faith, I believe that there must be a God in the universe, I'm fine with that. But if you're going to claim that there's evidence that you can put forward to prove there's a God, there must be a God, it's it's impossible for not to be a God, then I would have to question it and ask you to put the evidence forward.
Well, to me, the proof is, I'm looking at you. That's proof enough for me. I'm looking at you. That's proof enough for me.
That's subjective. I got a question.
That's what you do. That's
All
what
right,
you
we have a question.
Do you believe in odds? Like, I'm not talking about gamble, odds, probabilities. I once heard somebody say that the odds of evolution, I'm not talking about atheism, the odds of evolution is if you were to cover the state of Texas in 3 feet of gold coins, and you painted one coin red, and they set you loose in San Antonio, Texas, and said, you find that red coin, that's the odds that evolution, and it was a scientist who said that, and if his name escapes me.
Okay?
Probably
That's
Fred Boyle.
perfectly true. So what?
Yeah, in this particular forum, that's back to evolution. We could do that. Hopefully, there's another night where these mighty fine gentlemen will agree to come back and do this again. Hopefully, we won't plan 25 minutes on 48 minutes.
It's hot.
Whatever it was. But Lou, thank you, Dan, Mike, thank you very much, and Richard, you're a special guy, and I got a lot of thinking to do tonight.
And don't forget to, if you'd like to learn more about the Rhode Island Atheist Society, you can go to riatheist.com and join on our meetup page and just send an email or just send us a question. And again, that's riatheist.com. Thank you.
Yes.